Welcome, 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 everybody. Oh my goodness. Today is a special show. I am your host, Melissa Lambert. You see my name now changed to corepreneur, y'all. See, the title is no longer the CEO of Lambert Elite Consultant. It is corepreneur. And today I have a special guest, and he is my mentor. I've always honored the way he flows, not just in business, but as a man of God, as a husband, as a father, as a friend. And I said business last as a business preneur. He is just truly a man that you need to know who this person is. And Mr. Chambly is the CEO, the visionary, the founding partner, and president of Core Financial Partners. And today we're going to dive into something that y'all know I've been holding myself together because this topic is really dear to my heart. But he's my inspiration. He's the one that literally sparked the fire for me to understand why it is important for me to become my own bank. And I'm not going to really allow me to fully introduce him because I want him to really share with you a little bit about who he is. Mr. Tony Chambly, I've known him for over a decade now, him and his beautiful wife. And we have truly been through so much different ups and downs in the industry, but we stayed together, stayed connected. And one of the things that I remember when he started this company, he said, Melissa, you got to get your license. Once you get your license, you're going to be bad, honey. And I said, oh, yeah, I'm going to do it. Did it first time, failed. Did it second time, failed. Did it third time. I'm like, Tony, I'm not doing this again. He was like, don't give up, Melissa. I said, I cannot do this again. And I waited about 2 years to take the fourth test and failed it again. But on the fifth time, listen, the number grace came up. The number grace came up 5 on June the 5th. I passed it on the 5th try, right? And when the first person I called that day, it wasn't my mom or my dad. The first person I called was Mr. Chambly and Latoya Chambly. So I'm not going to really hold this conversation up too long because I can praise him as much as I can, but I really want you to get this information. Today, we have a topic that we're going to discuss. If you haven't listened to the pod, we did the live radio show, which is The Truth About Money, every second Thursday of the month. Mr. Tony Chambly, he is a guest on Women Emerge with Melissa Lambert on the radio, and also on the 12 Top podcast. We talked about the benefits of infinite banking concept, the IB, how to become your own bank. And I said, you know what? Let's go live so we can talk about what this is. I want people to understand the benefits behind becoming your own bank. And he is a practitioner. He is a licensed practitioner graduated from Nelson Nash Institute, where he is a IBC practitioner, where he's able to bring this information to the massive. And that's what we're planning to do. So welcome, Mr. Chambly, to Live with Melissa Lambert. We're so glad to have you, sir.
Well, thank you. Thank you for inviting me. I am excited to be able to share information that has been life-changing for me and so many other people. And we are on a mission, and that mission is to get the word out there. And when you passed that license, I knew it is on like popcorn. And we are so excited here at Core Financial Partners to have someone at the caliber level that you are. And we are excited. Your character precedes who you are. Everything about you is what we look for in our firm. And we're excited. We prayed for you for years to be in business in this facet where we're out truly making a living and making a difference. And this one right here, we in the middle of it. And thank you for trusting us and being a part of what we are, what we're doing, and where we're about to go in the future with changing lives.
Wow. I'm excited as well just to be a part of the family to officially become a corepreneur. I know I never one of the things Dr. Swine, Dr. Lawanda Swine said, Melissa, you've always been a corepreneur. I said, yeah, but I'm official now.
You're official now. That's right. That's right.
I'm official now. So let's dig deeper into this firm that you and your lovely wife has founded. One of the
Mhm.
things that I love about CORE is what it stands for. I want us to people to understand the mission.
Mhm.
You have a 4S mission that
Yes.
allows us to really stand on a foundation that once yes, you're on the lower level, but once you start climbing up these 4S's, you can get to a place where legacy begins. So tell us about what is Core Financial Partners mission? What are the 4S mission?
Yeah, the 4S mission is actually survival, security, success, and then significance. And let me elaborate a little bit on them so you can really understand why this is so important to us. Survival is living paycheck to paycheck, been there, been there, done that. Security is actually building up to having at least 6 months of your income accessible to you and be liquid, not illiquid. That's important to. There's a difference in the two. And then when you get into success, you put the money that you put away to work. You purchase income producing assets that now can take care of your lifestyle if you choose to, where you don't have to go to work or you don't even have to put time in to earn your income. And that's what success is. And then when you arrive there, the next one is significance, and that's being able to give back, to leave a legacy to those that you care about. Think about what legacy really means. Whatever you do for yourself dies with you. Legacy says what you do for others live on forever. So that's what legacy is, and we want to help you achieve that if that is a part of what you're about and what you're trying to get done. And no matter where you are, you might already have achieved a couple of those steps already. Wherever you are, we're here to support it and sustain it and to advance it. So that's what our mission is all about.
Wow. I'm so grateful to know that we can start there because many people in America right now, Mr. Chambly, they're living that survival mode. They're
Yeah,
living that paycheck to paycheck and don't know how to get out of it.
sure.
Why? It's a cycle that is basically have continued because no one showed them the truth about money. And
Mhm.
now here you go here at Core Financial Partners expressing to us all what that looks like, what that feels like, and having a clear understanding about just knowing how to move ourselves from
Mhm.
one place, from survival, paycheck to paycheck, to security. Let's at least have 6 months of your earnings
Yeah,
saved to
yeah.
success. To say now I can have assets stuff to be able to use and bring back the money back into my household.
There
And
you
now
go.
significance where I can say now we have a business, we have this, we have bought this, we have gold, silver, we have all this. Now we can say we have legacy that we
Mhm.
can pass on from generation to generation, like an infinite banking,
That's right.
having your own bank, right? So now I really want to kind of talk about something, your philosophy.
Sure.
And what I love about the philosophy is what it stands for. More money doesn't get or keep you out of financial situation. Only education does.
Yep. Only
I want
financial.
you to agree.
Mhm.
Only financial education does.
Yeah.
So that philosophy again, and I want you to repeat that philosophy and kind of express to us why did you put this as the philosophy of Core Financial Partners?
The reason why is because I had to realize that we've received and gotten financial indoctrination, not true financial education. So for me and my family, I had to reverse the curse of indoctrination and bring into our full true financial education. And so when we're doing what everybody else does, and we're not doing the research ourselves and reading the books ourselves and getting the right resources on what's the truth about money, it can't get us out of a situation. You, as much as we go make more money, we find ourselves digging a deeper hole if we don't have education that size is beside the education, right? So you think about lottery winners, you talk about celebrities, athletes, entertainers. These individuals get windfalls in the hundreds of millions of dollars now, and they're no better off than you and I, because those who have the true financial education has set it up to be able to get it from those individuals that has the money. So we're here to make sure that doesn't happen to those that are building it up to eventually get it, right? Winners that haven't won yet, we're going to get there if we pursue it and look it dead in the face and go after it, right? Through education first, though. Don't go work hard and don't have the education behind it. That's what our philosophy is all about.
Wow, 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 wow. And I'm so, again, when you talk about core, you think about education. And I like that you're not just a firm that deals with only let's get these policies. Let's do this. No, you got to educate first, because what shifts a person's understanding is what they know. If you don't know better, you can't do better. What shifts a person's behavior is what they know. So
That's
I
right.
love the fact that here at Core Financial Partners, we stand on educating people first. Because
Yes,
once you can educate them, you can now change what you always say, we've been indoctrinated.
that's right.
So how do you change indoctrination? Is putting back good information back into what caused us to be indoctrinated. And I love that we stand on that. And the next thing before we dive into the benefits of what becoming your own bank is what you stand on, the creed.
Yeah,
Trust God, love people, and use money. This
that's right.
is the creed of Core Financial Partners. And you didn't get it twisted. You didn't twist it around which is use money, use people, and then trust God or use God. So
That's right.
tell us, why did you decide to now have this as a creed for Core Financial Partners?
It's a multitude of reasons, but let me tell you the right down the middle reason. Um, we just kept getting hurt in business, where people you trust, people that you believed in, end up, turning their back on you or even stabbing you in the back. And I realized that you cannot put trust in people. You have to put trust in God, and you must still love people, right? So love don't keep score. Love forgives. I mean, we can go on about love, right? It's in Corinthians. And for us, Latoya and I, we said we cannot continue to set ourselves up for failure. And that means through relationships. And so we really, well before CORE, made that a family creed. And we just had it adopted over here to Core Financial Partners, because we believe we have a lot of success out of having this type of creed and putting trust in God, not people, and using money and keeping it in perspective. Money is nothing but a substance. It's just it's paper, and digital paper as well, that gets you from where you are to the thing you want, or the service you want. It's an in between. If we, Melissa, take away money and still can get those things, money has no value. It
No.
has no value at all. So we believe that we got to keep money in perspective. We have to use money, right? And not love it, and not take advantage of other people because of it. We have to just use it and keep it in perspective.
Wow, 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 wow. Again, you are tuned in with Live with Melissa Lambert, and we have none other than the CEO, the president of Core Financial Partner, Mr. Tony Chambly. And you see their creed on the screen. Their creed is first, trust God, love on people, and use money. So today's topic, we're actually we're going to dive deeper into what we talked on the air today. We was on Woman Emerge with Melissa Lambert. Every second Thursday, Mr. Tony Chambly comes on and he talks about the truth about money. What is that? And the truth about money is that we need to know how to be the bank That's the first truth, right? We need to know how to be the bank, y'all,
Right.
because we've been programmed to get a check that's written in our name and
Mm-hmm.
hand it over to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
So I wanted to talk about first, a lot of people don't know what IBC is, infinite banking concept,
Yeah.
or how becoming your own bank. So let's start there so
Sure.
people can get some clarity, Mr. Tony Chambly. What is infinite banking concept, and how can I now say I can become the bank?
Yeah. The infinite banking concept is really taking control of the banking function in your life. Right now, the traditional banking systems that we flow our money through and borrow from and things of that nature, they're controlling, our almost pretty much our personal economy because of it. And in order to reverse that, you have to take control. So what we do with the infinite banking concept, we show you, direct you, coach you in taking control. Taking control allows you to take back the 34.5% of the average household that's spending in interest costs back to yourself. Can you imagine all the interest we're paying out, that we reverse it back to ourselves? And now it's a part of our savings and our building up for our future, for financial independence. That's what infinite banking does. It allows you to recapture those dollars. It allows you to control, your financial portfolio. And think about it. When you talk to wealthy people, they would tell you control is one of the top areas that you must keep close to your vest, right? Because if you can control it, you can leverage it. If you can leverage it, you can now grow it at the light speed. If you can't control it, you can't leverage it. If you can't leverage it, you cannot grow it like you would desire to grow it to get to the financial independence the fastest way possible, the most efficient way possible. And so that's what we're here to do. Infinite banking concept is being done through people that have gone through the National Institution and are certified and authorized to be able to do it, and using a special vehicle, a product that really is just to be used. The action of it is the most important part of it, right? Because people are blown away that it's being done inside of a whole life contract, because we've been taught whole life in a total opposite of what it really can do and what it's totally meant for. We've looked at whole life insurance contracts for the necessary evil if somebody passes away, the necessary evil. But the truth about it is it's more benefits in it than it is death benefits. And my mentor who's discovered this, Mr. Nelson Nash, says it all the time. He used to say it all the time, the late Nelson Nash, is that you're in more need for capital while you're living, not when you die, right? And so we have so many different benefits that we're going to share with you today that's going to improve that. And it's all done with the infinite banking concept. I can't hear you.
See, I've muted myself. I'm there running my mouth. Again, this is information that we are not privy to. We're not, it's like it was hidden from us. And
Yeah.
like now, finally, somebody's talking about it. Finally, the secret is out. So
Yes.
thank you for being that person to be able to start a firm that's called Core Financial Partners, to
Yes.
be able to give me a vehicle to be able to say, I'm powered by this firm to
Yes.
share this knowledge to people that need to know. So we're talking about the benefits of becoming your own bank.
Yes.
And people don't get that in a sense because we're not used to hearing I bank at Lambert's Bank, I bank at Chambly Bank, right? They don't name, we don't have our own bank's name. But you're now giving us a concept or teaching us a concept where we can say we are our own bank.
Yes.
So, what are the benefits behind this concept that we're talking about, becoming your own bank? What is the first benefit you can say if I decided at this time now, not only will I open up a bank for me, but I'm opening up a bank for Chelsea. We have these two banks. what is the benefit for a mother and a father or a family that starts this bank?
The first benefit I'm going to share with everyone is about one of the things about growing your financial IQ, which is protecting your wealth, protecting all the money you're putting away, right? And so, what I love about this first benefit is that it allows you to be safe from lawsuits and creditors. They can't touch it, they don't even know it's there. So, it's a private account. So, it's even private from the government. So, you literally can use this to leverage, even to have your kids go to college and use financial assistance, right? Financial aid, which wealthy people do because their money is here. When they look at their financials, their portfolio, a lot of it's hidden from them. We wonder why they're getting as much benefits out of even things of that nature. It's because they know where to put the money so it can be invisible. So it's hidden from creditors and lawsuits. And that really was important for me to share because I have a client in our early years that had her creditors, credit card companies go and levy her account. And it was taking thousands a month from her to get their debt back from her. And it was just unfair how it worked out for her because she was always almost towards her retirement years. She was able to rebound, especially based off the information and education she was able to get from Core Financial Partners. So that's the first one. You're safe from lawsuits and creditors.
We need to know that that first benefit, because again, one of the things that we don't realize is if once you owe somebody, Mr. Shambly, they have all right to come after whatever you own.
Yep.
They
Absolutely.
have all right to dip into your check, right? Because they
Mhm.
know they can run your social to know where you work and
Yep.
be able to dip into your check and take your money. They have
Yep.
all rights to say, you know what, I can go into your bank account and take this money from you.
Yes.
So I love that the first
Mhm.
benefit of becoming your own bank is safe from creditors and lawsuits. So
Yep.
what is the next benefit that we need to look forward to when it comes to becoming your own bank?
Everyone's gonna love this one. It's
Hmm.
guaranteed to grow. I'm gonna say it again. Guaranteed to grow. Every single month, every single year, this capital inside of this platform is going to grow. There's a
Mm.
floor to it that allows you to know that your money is going to be advanced every single month, every single year. And that's really great because you can sleep at night knowing
Mm.
that what you're building for the future cannot be tapped into and can have losses come from it. And that's important to a lot of people. And the wealthy people don't put money at risk. They
Nope.
find a way to leverage money and put OPM at risk, not their money. And that's
Nope.
what you can do here with IBC.
Wow. I mean, guaranteed to grow.
Hmm.
So even when we think about just the growth of money, people don't realize uninterrupted money can grow if it's interrupted. And I want you
Yes.
to dig deeper into that, because people think that they're leaving their money in the bank,
Hmm.
it's going to grow for them. They're going to get some form of dividends, and they're going to get some little extra money from that, or putting it somewhere, but they normally pulling it out. So what they're doing, interrupting their money. So I want you to elaborate on that, because people don't
Hmm.
understand what this bank can really do when we say guaranteed to growth.
Right.
What does that mean for them?
Yeah, that means you never have to interrupt it. You have a position and you have a first position to borrow against your money, not withdraw your money. And that's a big difference. How many of us have built up savings and spent it down because a need, want, or desire comes about, right? For services or goods. It happens almost year in and year out. Think about the major expenses that we're taking out of our accounts to go on vacation, take care of education, take care of birthdays, take care of home improvement, things of that nature. And you can now not take out and take from, you can actually leverage it, right? In this insurance company's contract, they will give you their money gladly without you having to be approved for it. They will give you their money gladly when you get set up here, and you can go use it. And it allows you to use it. Write this down if you're under the sound of my voice. It gives you the advantage called economic value added. That means they're only going to charge you. They're only going to charge you 4% for borrowing their money, and you're going to get a net gain probably of 7-8% in total. I mean, excuse me, you're going to get a gain of 7-8%. It gives you a net gain of 3-4%, even on spent dollars that you normally spend away from yourself and gone for how long? Forever.
Ever.
And now and think about it. You got to pay that loan. You're going to pay the loan back. Like if it was a car you normally, finance, you're going to pay it back in 5 to 7 years. If you use your own money, you're going to have to buy another car in 5 to 7 years, and you're going to replenish your account back so you can buy another car. Well, here, you're going to pay it back. And guess what? Now that whole amount, that 7% that you paid back, is there for the rest of your life. But if you do the opposite, it's gone forever.
It's gone forever. My God.
It's gone forever. So it's real simple math, and it really makes sense when you really get it. It's practical information. It's just never been shared to the masses like it is being shared now.
And I love that's how practical it is, because the bank does it every day. And you always make a statement, Mr. Chambly. You always say, don't do what the banks say, do what the bank do. This is what the bank is doing. So we are now given the access to people to understand we're not going to do what they say. They say to put your money in this checking account and savings account. They say leave your money there, but you got to ask permission to extend your daily spending. That's what they say. But what are they doing? That's what we need to do. So I need you just, even with that part, I want you just to elaborate on just that statement, because you make that statement all the time. Why do you say don't do what the bank say, but do what the bank do?
Well, when it was said to me, my mentor said that to me, I took it literally. I went and started studying banks and found out what did they do. What is he talking about? Well, the banks do not lend out their money. When we go to the bank to get a loan, they lend out our money. They have deposited, put money in their accounts. That's how banks start. A bank charter starts. And what happens is, as they get enough, they can now lend it out. And here's the problem with us using traditional banks. The inflation that's happened today, and this is a whole talk for another day, Melissa. The inflation from today is based off of loans going out, because they have the ability through the Federal Reserve to 10 times every dollar that's actually going out in loans. So if someone gets money from a bank, they have the ability to make it 10 times more than what is actually in the bank. And so it allows more dollars in the economy, brings down the value of the dollar. So that's a whole nother talk though. But really, the reason why we want to do what the banks do, the main reason, going back to that, is because they're using other people's money to lend out and allow that money to stay growing uninterrupted. You have the ability to do that with infinite banking as well.
I mean, I'm telling you, once people start getting this information and they begin to be woke, it's game changing.
It's game changing.
It's game changing, because now we have freedom. Now we have the power. Now we have control.
That's right.
Because we have given it away for so long, Mr. Chambly. We have given our control, our power to the banks for years.
Yep. And we under the premise that we believe we need to make more money. Now, some of us do need to make more money, right? You want to have a sustainable lifestyle, but some of us don't. You got to be smarter with your money. You have to be in control of your money. You have to leverage your money. These things are doable. They're practical. But that's why Core Financial Partners is about bringing awareness and education that brings prosperity. That's our vision. That's our vision.
I want you to repeat that again. I don't think they heard you. Say it one more time. What is the vision?
The vision is to bring education and awareness that brings prosperity. Right? That's all we all gunning for. Right? We all want to be in a position of financial independence.
Yes.
We want to be in a position our money's working for us more and harder than we're working for ourselves.
Wow. Whew. I mean, we haven't even dipped into all of the benefits, but this one benefit, I really think that this third benefit is a game changer, because we were told to give it to give everything to our uncle that we haven't seen yet. I haven't seen
Mhm.
this Sam yet, my
Yeah.
uncle Sam. How does becoming your own bank benefit you when it comes to taxes?
Wow, you're right. This is a big one. It benefits you in so many different ways. You think about when it comes to taxes, you're going to pay taxes when you make money. It's called, earned income taxes. Then you're going to pay taxes when you grow your money. It's called capital gains. Well, we can stop right there. We might pay taxes when we earn it, and that's the smarter you get, the less you pay on that as well. However, though, when it comes to capital gains, if you're sitting money in a traditional bank, you're going to get a 1099, because they're going, even if they're only going to send you a 1099 for $1.80, and you might have had $20,000 in there, they're going to give you a 1099 on that, because that's taxes that you have to pay on the capital gains, right? So here, you're going to grow money in these accounts, and you're not going to have to worry about capital gains taxes if you do it the right way. And here's another thing. Some of you can really relate to this. You don't have to worry about withdrawal taxes. You don't have to worry about that, right? The way you design this and the way you use and leverage the money, you don't have to worry about taxes. You don't have to worry about, how about this? You don't have to worry about transfer taxes. What is transfer taxes? You're transferring wealth to your heirs, right? You have an insurance contract that probably is going to pay out from anywhere from $100,000 to $3 million, tax-free dollars, tax-free dollars. So what we're able to do is to avoid and not evade. These are legal perimeters that's been put in place for those that's in the know. And once again, we've been indoctrinated. We've been told to put our money in all these other places. You cannot measure the growth in these type of accounts when you don't have to pay taxes when you're ready to use it or take or leverage it. If you can't measure the difference. And this is not even an investment account. I can't even look at it as an investment account. I look at it as a safe account versus looking at how do you save money in a regular bank, save as a checking account, money market account, or CD. That's the comparison. Do not compare this to what you're doing in mutual funds or 401ks and things of that nature. We're just saying, get the strategy from us on how do you still do that, but with somebody else's money using OPM, right? So here you can avoid hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes by just knowing how this works and how to run your future wealth through this.
Wow. And the greatest thing about this entire process, I love you said something, transfer of wealth to your heirs.
Yeah.
That's how the rich stay rich. That's how that's that legacy. That's the significance.
It's a part of the financial plan.
It is. It has to be.
Yep.
Because their legacy must live on.
I tell you like this, Mr. Nelson Nash, when he passed away, the late Nelson Nash that discovered this, 17 policies that he had in his name.
17
that he was insured.
17 banks.
Yep, he had 17 banks, and he left to his heirs.
Wow.
His kids, his grandkids, his great-grandkids. He even left some to his business partners in his church. That's how much he was able to bless and put his legacy in place.
So you're telling me that we can have unlimited banks with this process?
With the right strategy and understanding the laws and how it works, you absolutely can. You absolutely can.
Whew. I mean,
the average person that knows this and been doing this for over 5 years or longer probably have closer to 10 or more policies.
Wow.
We call them banks like you did.
Yes, this is amazing. Again, you are listening, and we are here with Mr. Tony Chambly. He is the CEO and the president of Core Financial Partners. And we're talking about something that is dear to my heart because, again, we need to know the secret is out. Yeah. You have the ability to be the bank. Becoming your own bank. That's supposed to be your next thing. How do I become the bank?
Yeah.
We have to step up, get out of our own way.
Yes.
Stop feeling like this indoctrination is real for it's right. It's not. They want to imprison you to think that it's okay to not have control.
Right.
It's they want you to think it's okay to give your money to them and they're
Mhm.
going to take better care of it. If
Yes.
they want you to feel like you got to come back and ask permission because every bank gives you a daily limit, y'all.
Yep.
Your bank give you, I couldn't withdraw $3,000 out of my account because I had a daily limit of 2,500. I had to call to ask permission for money that was in my account. Had to ask them for an increase for the day.
Yeah.
Make that make sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
We now are giving you some insight. Mr. Tony Chambly, he and his beautiful wife, and we have so many corepreneurs that are IBC practitioners that are licensed to show you how these banks are formed and put together. And we just went over the first, I'm going to make sure in case you missed the first one, safe from creditors and lawsuit. These are the benefits. The second one we talked about is guaranteed to grow. The third one we just talked about is what? Tax-free transfer, growth, and withdrawals. Now, Mr. Chambly, when a person think about a bank, they think about how can I go borrow from this bank? How can I get a loan from this bank?
Mm-hmm.
So now you're telling me that I need to be my bank,
Yeah.
but give me the idea. Can I go forth and ask for a loan? And how does that payment plan goes? Because here with when we go to a traditional bank, we
Yep.
gotta act, we gotta put our application, run our credits,
Yep.
and wait for an approval or a denial. Understand that our credit is based on our interest
Yeah.
and we got to pay this high interest. So now you're telling me to be the bank.
Yes.
Do we have access to basically get a loan from this bank that we're going to be the
Sure.
owner of? Okay.
Absolutely. You will have actually the first call to any loan that you will want. You're guaranteed a loan up to 92% of what you've grown your account with. And in the industry of insurance, it's called cash value. Whatever that has grown to, let's say you have $10,000 in there, 92% is 9,200. You can call for a loan, right? No questions asked, no application need to be filled out. Do not have to prove credit worthiness, and you do not have to prove you and show that your debt to income ratio is in order. None of that matters. They will give you a loan. So this is great for your everyday lifestyle things you're going to be doing. This is great for investors that want to use it and leverage it for flipping properties, buying properties. Even business owners that's had payroll. Why not use this, leverage it, and grow your money far into the future and still pay your employees? It's so many ways we can use this, but you can borrow the money and you can set the parameters on how to pay it back. You have 100% autonomy on how to pay it back. If you want to pay the very minimum, you done borrowed $10,000 and you want to pay back $10 a month, you have that choice. $100 a month, $200 a month, you have that choice. I've seen people through the pandemic and other times, right, where they freeze their payments because you have the autonomy to be able to do so and don't pay a installment for 2 years.
Wow.
Right? We do teach and suggest you at least pay the interest, right? It's an interest-only loan. So do that, and you're going to be great because you're going to have more in your net gain that makes sense, that makes it make sense to do this on and on, continually to do this over and over again. So that's one of my favorite parts is that you have an unstructured loan that you pay back the way you want to pay it back. You can pay it back the next month, all of it. You can stretch it out for 10 years. You can stretch it out forever. You know why? Because the collateral position is your death benefit. Wow. If you borrow 10 and you have $500,000 death benefit and you pass on without paying it off, they're going to just deduct 10,000 from the 500,000. Your heirs and your beneficiary is going to receive $490,000. It just makes a lot of sense when you think about it.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
And is this type of loan, what is it, a structured loan or unstructured loan? How do we now say what is the next benefit when it comes to loan per se? Is it structured or unstructured loan?
It's unstructured. It's totally a way of is leaving you the opportunity to pay it back the way you would like to pay it back. So it's unstructured, completely unstructured. They're not going to call you about it. They're not going to ask you about it. The only thing they're going to keep you up with is what is the interest on the loan you got, so you can have a decision to pay the interest in that year or not. They don't make you, but it's suggested highly through accounting you want to pay that interest in those years.
Wow. Wow. So again, we're talking about the benefit of becoming your own bank, and we're utilizing, and I want you to kind of go through that because people don't know what we're using, what tool or method or what institution we're using to formulate this bank. So give them some clarity. So, because these benefits are amazing. And for
Yes.
a person that's listening to this, they want to know how long it has been around. Is this safe? I mean, if we tell you the bank is doing it, it's safe, y'all.
Yes.
Listen, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the first thing that comes out of, if we say the bank is using this, if they the same institution you giving your money to and they're using the same concept, why would you think it's not safe and why would you think it's illegal?
That's right. Once again,
I just make that make sense, right?
exactly. It goes back to what we talked about earlier. Do what the banks do, not what they say. And our research took us to this. This is what they do. The banks are putting all their resources and all their profits into one of these contracts as well. It's called BOLI, BOLI. And then you turn it around over the last 20, 30 years, corporate America got a hold of it and they said, we're going to do the same thing. If it's good for the banks, it's good for me, right? And so the corporate America is called COLI now. You can Google BOLI and COLI, COLI and BOLI, and the articles are going to pop up, and all the banks that we put our money into are using this concept with the same product and the same company that I'm about to tell you about. This is being done with a special design whole life policy, but it pays out dividends, and it's done only through a mutual insurance company. Right? The way we use it is only through a mutual insurance company. Let me go back and go over it again. Special design, dividend paying, whole life policy through a mutual insurance company. And yes, banks and corporate America is using this probably more than the average citizen in the United States is using it because they understand it. They know it. They're not going to go spend their dollars, right, when they can use OPM, other people's money, and pay the insurance company back 4% for their loan, and that money still go at 7-8%. It just economic value added shows you that capital has a cost to it. Why separate yourself from your money forever when you have this few years or whatever it takes you to pay it back, and now you got not just the 3 to 4%, you gain back the whole 7-8% forever. It just makes a lot of sense. It's just easy math. It's practical when you really think about it. So that's what they're doing, and it just really is sound doctrine. It's been around for over 100 years. And the dividends have been paid through these mutual insurance companies that we partner with over 100 years in a row. They've got it locked down and they understand it so well. They don't miss dividend payments. They have the greatest books. Most of these companies are ran better than most banks are ran in corporate America and the way corporate America is being run. Most of them are great at understanding how the numbers work and why this makes all the sense in the world.
Wow. And if it doesn't make sense, it can't make no dollars.
That's it. I love it. Yes.
And that's what it is, because again, they know it makes sense. They know it's necessary not to interrupt money, because money got to stay where it actually is growing. So they interrupt your money to make money while their money is not being interrupted.
That's right.
That I want everybody to get that, Mr. Shambly, because they don't understand. Your money's interrupted all the time to make money for the bank, because they don't got no money. They got your equity. They got your asset. Right. That's your money. It's being interrupted while their money's sitting there growing.
Yeah.
So do what the banks do, not what the banks say. So we're talking again, the benefits of becoming your own bank. And we went over, just in case you're just looking again, we're going to go over the first one. What is the first one? The first benefit is safe, from creditors and lawsuit. The second one is guaranteed to grow. The third one is what? Tax-free transfer, growth, and withdrawal. The fourth one we talked about is guaranteed loan options. The fifth one we just, we talked about with unstructured loan payments. So you said the death benefits, and you also talked about cash. So what are we borrowing from? What are we borrowing against? Are we borrowing borrowing from our death benefit, or are we borrowing from the cash benefit? What is the benefit behind us now borrowing from ourselves?
Yeah. As you grow this with your income and your capital, you grow and build it up as a safe place for your money to grow, guaranteed to grow. The key, as we mentioned earlier, you don't want to interrupt that growth. So when you call for a loan, they're not going to pull from your account, right? Nor are they going to pull from your death benefit. They're not going to pull from your cash value, which is your savings, or your death benefit. They're going to pull the money from their general account. And their general account does not interrupt the growth on your account, whether it's the death benefit or whether it's the cash value or the dividends. It does not interrupt that. All of it's going to continuously grow, and it allows you to get closer to your milestone much faster, right? If you ever looked at, and we do this visual on how compound interest work, you would be very convinced how this is the way to go, right? And so doing this allows you to leverage OPM, which is the insurance company pot of money, and go do whatever you want to do, because they don't ask you what you want to do with it. Go to the traditional bank and say, look, I want to use this money, and go maybe, put some money into mutual funds and see what they say to you. They will not allow you to put money in a place where it's volatile, right? It is speculated, meaning you don't know if it's going to grow or you're going to have a loss. They would not give you a dime for that, right? They don't look at that as tier one investments where they know they're going to get their money back. So the insurance companies do not ask any questions about it, because they had the leverage of your death benefit, right? If you never pay them back and you pass away later in life, they're going to deduct it from the death benefit.
Wow. So, and that's why we do recommend to pay it back, but if it's not paid back, it's deducted from your death benefits.
Yes.
You can't listen. If you go to the bank and borrow that money, their money come with interest, and you got to pay them back.
Yep.
And if you don't pay them
back, remember, they're only going to lend you money if some kind of collateral is in position. Right.
That part.
Exactly. Or if there's no collateral in position, what they're going to do, Melissa? They're going to come and levy your account.
Levy your account. Yep.
Because
they are the bank.
They're going to sue you. That's basically suing you.
That's suing you. And, we talked about even the first one. The first one is this protects you from lawsuits.
Yeah.
So what's the next benefit when it comes to becoming your own bank? Because we talked about use and control and liquidity, right? So what is the next benefit when it comes to becoming your own bank?
I would say the next benefit we talked about a little bit is that you don't have to worry about the volatility of the market. The way this money is growing, it's considered in the financial service industry, tier one investments is where you're going to get a return on your money. You're going to get the money back when you put it out there. And that's how they do it. They have money lent out. Remember, corporate America is using this and leveraging this as well, and banks are too. So between them and all of us as policyholders, us paying back that 4% is how they grow it. When they have a multitude of people, hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions, borrowing money, they grow that money safely and consistently. So there's no volatility to this, is my point. We have a floor of 3%. That's the very minimal growth you're going to get every year, right? And that's not even talking about dividends. And the dividends allows to almost double itself or more growth every single year. So that's one of the benefits I love to talk about, because I know my money is going to grow. And more importantly, I know I can leverage my money. I know that it's growing and it's never going to stop growing, because when I need it, I'm not going to go dip into it like someone that's putting money away to avoid interest and they use their own cash. You don't have to worry about that any longer. You can leverage this money by using insurance company money. Even investors under the sound of our voice and viewing this today or listening to this today, you should not rule number one, once you understand IBC, don't use your own money for any investments or buy any assets. When somebody else is willing to take the risk for you with no questions asked, you take that deal every single time. Anytime you can get a net gain on used money, they're only charging you 4, is going at 6, 7, 8, you got a net gain. A net gain. And it's math, not magic. It happens and works every single time.
It's math. It's not magic, y'all. Oh my goodness. Mr. Chambly, you're dropping so much nuggets, and I truly believe that we all need to really pay attention. So close, because over the years, we have been programmed and trained and told this is what we need to do, not realizing they don't even do that for themselves, but they want you to do that. Why? Yes. Because it's the number 7, which is what we now can get you the control. You now have use and control.
That's right.
What they normally have, we're reversing it, and you're pointing the finger back at you, because now I am the bank.
That's right.
And we talked. The next one I want us to talk about is transferable. Like you mentioned that, now this is a way for us to transfer wealth. Talk about how that can be that benefit for us being our own bank, transferable.
Sure, that's really a good question and a good way to lead into this part of it. We all have desires for our loved ones, right? The way this can be done is you can start a contract / policy off with one of your adolescent kids or one of your minor kids, right? And you can start building it through them. But when they get old enough to take ownership, you can transfer them with no problem at all. It's just it's a application that you fill out, a 1-page form to fill out, and you submit that you're changing ownership over to one of your kids. Mr. Nelson Nash, even the policies on himself, gave them to his kids before he passed away. So they had ownership of these policies. So you can transfer the ownership to whoever, even if they are the insured, right? And you want that ownership to go somewhere else. If you're the owner, you can transfer it to whoever you like. You can transfer as collateral for a business deal. There's so many different ways to use life insurance, and that's where we are really trained on it and aware of it, to all the different strategies that's available out there. But transferable means that you control who owns this. It can be somebody who has no insurable interest in you, or no insurable interest to the person that's insured, that has the life insurance on. It can still be transferred to someone else. And that could put you in a lot of good positions for leverage.
Wow. And I like that what you just said. It can put us in a good position for leverage. Yep. And what I like about the next benefit that we normally we talk about is no penalty. We can pull money out without no penalty. So that's a benefit that everybody needs to hear, because we get penalized when we take our money from our 401k, for those who still have one. So tell us about this benefit. One of the benefits, the 10th benefit of becoming your own bank, is no penalties.
Yeah, that one's huge, because when you think about having a qualified plan, which is a 401k, a 403b, a TSP, or anything like that, you're in a penalty phase for all those years. It's in your whole lifetime. You're only not in a penalty phase for 11 years. So you start off working at a job at 25. You can't touch that money that you're building in a 401k or 403b or TSP, whatever it might be, until 59 and a half without being penalized. And then after you turn 59 and a half, they wait until you turn like around 71, give or take, because it's been changing over the last couple of years. And they say, look, now we want to make sure you take enough out of this. And you might not be ready to use it because you got other money making, for your income, right? It's minimum requirement distribution that has to happen, right? And if you don't, they're going to penalize you for that. Mm-hmm. So all this money you're putting in to the system that's locked down for all the years you're living other than 11 years. Here, with the IBC setup, become your own banker, you never get penalized. Never, ever get penalized. You're always in a position to leverage it. You're always in a position to allow it to grow. You don't have to worry about getting permission to use it. Having money inside of a 401k, you literally got to get permission to use it while you're still working, while you're still in the midst of growing it. And it takes away what we call control. You can't control it. You can't leverage it. If you can't leverage it, you can't get closer to your independence, your financial independence that you desire, and becoming wealthy like you desire. So we believe not having to worry about penalties at all, and we already went over taxes. Between those two, they're very. It's a very hefty cost to having money in someone else's possession to control and leverage your money versus you leveraging it. And then they now want to penalize you if you want to take it out early, or you won't take enough out later. It doesn't make any sense at all when you really think about it.
Wow. And I'm glad that this is one of the benefits that we're discussing, because this is where America lives. I mean, when COVID happened, many people pull out their 401k.
Yeah.
I spoke to this man. I mean, I don't even know this man from Adam. He found me on Facebook and saw my business line, and he called my business number, and he was talking to me. This man, I think he said he was in his late 60s or early 70s. Mm-hmm. And he said something to me, and I literally threw up in a way. He said, I took all my money from my 401k and put it into silver and gold. And I said, all of it? Right. I was like, wait, all of it? He said, yeah. A lot of people said that didn't make no sense. All of it? And people, you do that. They remove it, but they're also penalized in the process of taking that money out too early, or, if you don't get the permission to do so, right? So I love the fact that here, being your own bank, utilizing the IBC and infinite banking concept, you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. Here's another penalty that people don't see. Here's an invisible one. This is a bonus one for today. When you have a 401k or 403b or TSP or any of those type of qualified plans, you tend to want to borrow money when something comes up. They allow you to borrow the money if it's like a medical situation, if it's buying a home, if it's education. There's a few different things that allow you to use your money for and borrow from. They give you permission. Go ahead. We'll let you use it. Well, Melissa, what happens is they borrow the money, and the reason they use this is to avoid taxes from the beginning. It's called deferred taxes, right? They don't tax you. It's money that you make, and they're not taxing before you put it in there. But if you borrow the money, Melissa, they literally are going to right away set it up with your HR, your human resources, to pay them back immediately on the next check. And guess what? It's tax money now.
Yep, it's tax money now.
And here's the deal. Now they're going to tax you twice for the same dollar, because when you're ready to withdraw at 59.5, you're going to get taxed on that same dollar again. Remember I talked about earlier, you're digging a deeper hole.
Yep.
When you think you're doing better. Right? And that right there doesn't make any sense at all.
Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense at all. It's just because once again, indoctrination versus education.
Yeah.
And when I realized that's the route I was going, I was like, my wife and I raised 5 kids, and we were spending a lot of money. We was enjoying life, right? But I used to look at when things slowed down in a market crash in 2007 and 8 and 9. Melissa, I was looking around. I was like, what happened to all my money? You remember we was in the good days back then. There was some good days for us back then.
Yes, yeah.
You know what I mean? We finally felt like we made it. But our money was being stolen right under our nose.
Wow.
Between Wall Street, the banks, the government, and then our ignorance.
Ooh, that part.
Yep.
Ooh, ah,
Indoctrination.
indoctrination. Like, again, you are tuned into Live with Melissa Lambert. I have the honor to host my friend, my mentor, and the CEO and president of Core Financial Partner, Mr. Tony Chambly. And we are talking about the infinite banking concept, how you can become your own bank. And
Yes.
we have only two more benefits to go over, and I'm going to start from the top. The first one is what? Safe from creditors and lawsuits. Second is guaranteed to grow.
Yep.
The third is what? Tax-free transfer, growth, and withdrawal. The fourth is what? Guaranteed loan option. The fifth one is unstructured loan payments. These are the benefits of becoming your own bank, y'all. The sixth one is borrow against cash value. The seventh one is what? Offers liquidity, use, and control. The
Yep.
eighth one we talked about is no market, but what is it? Volatility.
Vitality. Yeah.
Vitality. I mean, yeah, there you go. The ninth one is transferable. The
Yep.
10th one we just finished is called no penalty.
Yep.
And we're going to dive into this real quick number. The 11th one is private, no 1099. And we talked about this earlier, but I
Mm-hmm.
really want people to understand that
Mm-hmm.
when we say private and when we say no 1099, what does that mean to
Is it
have our own bank?
is it visible to Uncle Sam? This is one time your uncle don't have to be in your pocket.
The uncle that you haven't never met.
Never met. Don't go to work with you, but he's getting a part of your check.
Well, you get a part of your check every 2
And
weeks.
now he wants a part of your growth. He wants a little bit of everything that's not his.
Mm.
You have the opportunity to say, enough, enough, slap him down, right? It's your opportunity. It's your opportunity to now avoid. We wonder why wealthy people spend as much money as possible to avoid paying taxes, right?
Mm.
Because the cost is enormous if they allow them to get taxed and pay all those taxes. That's all out there. There's more laws on the books when it comes to the IRS about avoiding taxes more than paying taxes.
Mm.
It's just
Wow.
no one is showing it to us. Where's the book at? How do we make this work? How do I do what the banks do and not what they say? How do I do that? And this is what we lay out. We have done the homework for everyone. We've done the research. We've made it down to layman terms now that you and I can understand at the you and I level.
Wow.
So yes,
Wow.
we believe that you're in a position now to be able to allow the benefits to make a difference in your life, in your future generations to come as well.
Wow. And we have the last benefit, and then we're going to go from top to bottom, and then we're going to close it in. Deductible contributions. How is this a good benefit for becoming your own bank?
Yeah, because if you set it up through your incorporation, you can justify the payments and the premium that you're putting in. Everything is a premium being put into these policies. You can be building up in savings, which is called cash value or paid up additions, or you can be building it for the cost of the insurance. Either way, it's premium. The insurance company look at one thing: premiums, and it all if set up properly. That's what you want to get with your tax professional. It can all be set up deductible. Also, if you're with us today, or you eventually get to watch this or hear this, if you are a household that does not have any type of incorporation going on, home-based business going on, you're leaving so much money on the table. Find out what you love and that you would enjoy, and find a business, make it a business, and allow you to get a part of that as well. These deductible contributions are really available for anybody that want to take advantage of it.
Wow. Whew. I mean, we really dived into something that is so great. And it's just so amazing how this truly exists and the secret is out.
Mm-hmm.
And Core Financial Partners is a firm that is going to be unstoppable. And we're not keeping our mouth closed for nobody because it's time. It's time to be educated
Yeah.
and and be undoctrinated.
That's
We got to get the message out, and we need you to understand. We need the truth to be told. You need to know what's happening with your money, how much leakage is happening. So,
yes.
Mr. Shambly, give us an understanding of what we can do to find out more. Core Financial Partners have plenty of videos for them to watch. We have a lot of, we do have our private seminars that we want to invite them to. Tell us
Mhm.
how we can reconnect back with Core and the core entrepreneurs that has shared this video. Because
Yes.
it's not only myself as a corepreneur, but we have many corepreneurs as a part of the team that will share this with their friends, their family, their colleagues. And we want people to get back in touch with the person that showed them this video and be like, I need help. I need to be able to see this for myself and be a part of this. So give us some understanding of what we can do to kind of follow through with finding out how we can, get a consultation done.
Sure, absolutely. I'm going to share a couple links to go to and get more information about how this works. I want to start off with learnmorewithcore.com. Learn more with core, CORE. Learnmorewithcore.com. Go there. There's a video series there, and the videos are broken down to 2 to 4 minutes a piece. And it's like about a dozen videos that can really share this concept with you in a very clear way. I think it's really clear on how it works when you watch that video series. You're going to be in front of this information for about 35 to 40 minutes out of these 12 or 13 videos. The next link I want you to document is core-strategy.com. Core debt strategy. If you want and desire to pay your mortgage off in a fraction of the time that it normally takes, along with the rest of your debt as well, if you don't have a mortgage, that's fine. Just take and watch that pretty short video. It's only 10 minutes or so, but it is life-changing. Credit card debt, student loans debt, card notes, everything could be done within the system with the same money you're already paying the debt down with. It's the same money. Okay. Last but not least, I would ask that you go to our library and grab the books that are easy reads on how this concept could work for you and your family and you and your business. And that is Core Reads with the S.com, corereads.com, and get the books. The first 2 books are the ones you really want to read as soon as possible. The first 2 books is Become Your Own Banker by the one who discovered this, Mr. Nelson Ash. It's only 92 pages, but don't skim that book. Read and study that book. The second book is A Path to Financial Peace of Mind by Dwayne Burnell, who was mentored by Mr. Nelson. He wrote a masterpiece of how this works. And it really is layman terms for you and I to understand. If you've seen it for the first time or hearing it for the first time, that's a highly suggested read as well. So I am excited that you had a chance to watch and listen to this today, or whenever you're getting it in your hands. And hopefully this is a blessing to you as it has been a blessing to us. Melissa?
Awesome. Awesome. I'm going to go over again just to make sure that we got all 3. The first one is learnmorewithcore.com. Learnmorewithcore.com. The second is coredebtstrategy.com. coredebtstrategy.com. And the last one is corereads.com. corereads.com. Again, we want you to be in the know. And when you do go to all 3 of this, and I really want you to go there, the first, again, learnmorewithcore.com, learnmorewithcore.com. Second is we want you to get out of debt. We can use the same concept to get you out of debt.
Yep.
And fast. Mr. Chambly, I want to stay here for about 2 minutes.
Okay.
How can they use this strategy to truly get out of debt?
Yes, you're going to spend what it takes to pay the principal and the interest to all your debt. Why not take it and funnel it through your IBC policy, we like to call it, right? By being your own banker, because remember, you're in control. So you can literally now run your capital, your savings through this particular policy and borrow against it and eventually pay all of your debt down and pay it off. And it does it the way it's going to be done, really strategically. It'll pay it off in probably 1/3 of the time. I just recently did one that I showed yesterday, Melissa, that one of our clients had $119,000 of debt. And this is no mortgage at all. This was just credit card, student loans, and things of that nature. It was going to take him 26 years and 3 months to pay it off. We put them through our system. We have a software that shows you how to be very efficient with it. It turned it out to being able to be paid off in 3 years and 3 months. 3 years and 3 months. And then in 26 years, he would have close to $1 million in his account, not just getting out of debt of $119,000. That's crazy. When we saw that.
Okay, I want you to stop right here. Yes. So you saying somebody had 26 years to pay off $100-something thousand. With our system, we were able to take 26, right?
Yes.
We were able to take 23 years off. Yes. 23 years off his debt.
Yep.
And got it down to 3 years?
Yes. And then in 26 years, it's close to $1 million in the account.
So instead of paying, so he would have been paying $1 million to the banks anyway.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Look how powerful. What we have here is, that's why I told Mr. Chambly something. I said to him, sir, I really believe I'm going to put a lot of these, my business aside, and I'm going to run with this. Yes. You know, y'all know I have, this is Woman Emerge Network. Y'all know I have Lambert Publishing House. You know, I have Lambert Elite Consultant, all my clients tell. And I said, but this right here, me being powered by core financial partners, it's a game changer.
It is.
Because when you know better, you can do better. And we can't keep this information to ourselves because it's not serving only us. It needs to serve communities, which makes a difference. That's why I'm on this mission. My mission is 1,000 families. Let's help 1,000 families, because I go by tens. So once I help 1,000, those thousands is going to tell 10 people. That makes it 10,000. Those 10,000 is going to tell 10 people. That makes it 100,000. Then those 100,000 is going to tell 10 people. That's our referral base. Makes it, now we have helped and empowered 1 million families.
Yes.
Duplication. Numbers don't lie. So, Mr. Chambly, as we close in, what will be your last remark? I want us, I mean, today we really had a lot to talk about. And these benefits were truly divine, truly amazing. And it's an eye-opener for so many of us. As the CEO, and I say the visionary and the founding partner, one of the founding partner of Core Financial Partner, you have done well. You have now, you've hit the surface. And I think it's time for us to really dominate this United States of America. There's too many people that has been suffering in silence. Too many people that hasn't really understand how money works. Too many people have a lot of leaking in their buckets, in their home, in their bank accounts. And we need to help them. What is your final words to those who are watching right now that is like, this is new, this is different? What is your final word for those who are looking at this video?
My final word to everybody that's listening or watching this video, or both, is show up to your own rescue. Don't take and just walk away from this. Get the information, even if it's not making all the sense in the world to you at this present time, in this moment, because we didn't go through fully of everything it does and how it works. Go to those links, and they are going to allow you to put in a request. And if someone referred you, please put that person in that referred you, right? And get with that person. Sit down with that person. Get the resources. Go read the books. Get on our live seminars that we're doing, right, streaming right online, right? And just participate. Get financially informed and aware, become aware and get educated, right? Don't allow what everybody else is doing, what everybody else is telling you to do, right? Be the end result to your results. Don't allow it to happen, right? And it's real practical information. I didn't think I would really piece all this together and connect the dots. I am not a education. I'm not a scholar. I just have common sense, right? And when something don't smell right, look right, don't walk right, I'm going to investigate. I'm going to look into it. And we've done most of it for you, but we have the resources so you can back it up for your proof as well. So thank you once again for just trusting us to listen to this, and you got into the end. And we're going to be there for you. We're not into this for greed. We're into this to make a difference. And someone invited you to see this and hear this because they care. And I can't wait to see the stories that are going to come out of just this one video.
Wow. Wow. Well, again, you have been tuned into Live with Melissa Lambert. I am your host. I am a corepreneur, a proud corepreneur, and you were listening to Mr. Tony Chambly. He is the president and the CEO of Core Financial Partners. Mr. Chambly, thank you so much again for just gracing this platform, for the knowledge that you share, and I know the life that you will impact just from watching this video alone. Get back to the person that showed you this video. For those who are rewatching this live on my Facebook, for those who are watching it on YouTube, and if you are connected to me, you can definitely reach out to me. I'm going to put it on the banner here for you to find. Here is my information, coachmelissalambert.com. So if it's only for me, other corepreneurs that have somebody that's invited you, you get their contact. Go ahead and book a time on my calendar. Let's have a conversation. Let's consult and figure out. Again, we don't charge to consult with you. Mrs. Tony Chambly said something. We don't do this for greed. We do this because of the need. There's a need, y'all, and the need is for you to be educated on how money works. So we're not trying to charge you for the knowledge that we're about to share. We want you to get into the know so you can close up all those loopholes that is in your bank account or in your account or in your cash flow, right? So if you have been connected through me, you go to coachmelissa.com. That's coachmelissa.com to get some more information, to get a consultation with me. And Mr. Tony Chambly, he is my mentor, which I'm honored to be able to say that he's guided me through this journey to be able to help you on your journey. So until next time, y'all, take care, take charge, and be great.